Hey Room 10, since I couldn't be there today, I thought I'd make a really quick video to kind of point you guys in the right direction for your writing. You're going to come up with 2 different leads, that's your goal for today, so 2 separate different leads, and I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can go about doing that. So our work today is having a strong lead, that's your goal. Don't forget the structure of your introduction paragraph should look something like this. You want your hook, which should have something catchy, something that would actually make me want to read it, or someone else. You're going to have a transition to your claim, and then of course your claim with your 3 key ideas. And it would be really helpful if you looked at your outline, the one that we worked on the last couple of days. I'm also going to hopefully help by color coordinating it so you can see what is what. So red's going to be my hook, orange will be my transition to my claim, and the blue will be my claim with my 3 key ideas. Alright, so we're all working with teen activism, so you know that, but you guys all, or most of you, have different claims. For me, today, I'm going to use this claim, that teen activists get their support in different ways, from their family, from their friends, and also from themselves. And I have specific examples kind of ready to go for that. And remember, it's going to be in blue. So here's my first lead option for you guys. You guys can start out by asking a question. And remember that you guys want to think about, well, it should connect with your claim. So my claim is teen activists get their support in different ways. So I'm trying to think, okay, what could be a question that connects to this claim? So I was doing some thinking, and when I was writing, I came up with this. So I'll kind of read it, and then I'll code it as I'm reading. Have you ever saw something and felt like you should help out? Problems are all around us. All it takes is to turn on the news and see the next bad thing that's happening. So I'm going to go into my transition to my claim. Luckily, there are people who are willing to make change and put in the effort to make this world a better place. One type of these people are called teen activists, and they can be seen causing positive change in child labor to animal abandonment. But who or what type of support group powers these tireless advocates for good? Here's my claim. Teen activists get support in many ways, from their family, friends, and lastly, themselves. So that's one way we can start it. Another possibility to start your paper would be a universal statement, and we use them a lot on our literary essays. But remember that a universal statement is a very general, broad statement, and that it basically, eventually, connects to your claim. So, being that my claim is teen activism gets support in many ways, I'm trying to think about, okay, well, what's something that's really general, it's really broad, that sort of connects with teen activism. And I made this connection about thinking that in this world there's good and there's bad. And so I thought by just starting out with that universal statement. So here's what I wrote. This world is filled with 2 powers, good and evil. Oftentimes it is easier to see the bad as opposed to the good. So that's my hook. Anytime the news is broadcasting, it is often filled with stories that focus on the bad. And here's my transition. But what about the good? Fortunately, there are people who do good in this world, and who are not older than 19. These people are called teen activists, and they have 3 main types of support. First, they are supported by their family. Second, they are supported by their friends. And lastly, they are supported by themselves. So I have my hook, then I have my transition, and then I have my claim with my 3 supporting reasons. Alright, lastly, the last one. Lead 3. So you can do a personal story or a connection to it. Almost think of it as like a personal narrative. And I was thinking, okay, well, what kind of a story do I have that connects with teen activism? And I was thinking about it, and I couldn't really think of one. And I was thinking, oh, the other day I was walking across the quad, and I found a piece of trash. And I picked it up. And I thought, well, that's kind of like being a teen activist in a really small way. So I thought about using that story. So here's what I wrote. Yesterday I was walking through the quad, and I noticed a small piece of folded paper on the dusty blacktop. I immediately thought of the teen activists that I've been studying in class and asked myself, what would they do? Needless to say, I stooped over to pick it up and tossed it into our blue plastic recycle container. So here's my transition. The thought of teen activists still floated around my mind later that day, and I began to wonder, who are these people? After some research, I discovered that teen activists are people just like you and me. Here's my claim. They're everyday teens that want to make a positive change in the world and have three main supports. Teen activists are supported by their family, friends, and at times, even by themselves. Okay, so remember that you want to come up with 2 different leads, and it would be okay if you really like the personal story, you could do 2 different types of personal stories that connect, or 2 different types of universal statements, or 2 leads with questions in it. All up to you. Just remember to have some fun and to also be creative with your writing today. Look forward to seeing the work that you do, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you tomorrow.